At an event with strippers. Washington 6-8, first in the division. They play Carolina on Sunday. Louis Riddick back here with us. Okay, Max, there's that. A lot to unpack. I'm going to focus on the NFC East. Who do you think is going to win it?
Molly, ready for this? My New York Football Giants.
Let's
Molly, our New York Football Giants.
Yeah?
This is faith-based.
Okay.
It's the holidays. Why not,
Let's get
right?
it.
That's right. Look, I'm going to say this. Daniel Jones was trending in the right direction before he got hurt. But what we saw, don't get fooled by a bad loss to Arizona. What we saw with Daniel Jones is he needs his wheels, right? Like a lot of quarterbacks nowadays, especially who start early in their career, and mobility is so highly prized now for obvious reasons, a dual threat quarterback. If Daniel Jones doesn't have his wheels, he's a sitting duck. He is not good enough in the pocket yet. When he does have his wheels, he is an average NFL quarterback already, maybe a tick below, but trending in that direction. Maybe he can be above average next year if that kind of pace of development continues. So we have that. Now we have a Giants team who's shown the ability to upset good teams this year, right? Even without Daniel Jones. And we have a Ravens game. That's going to be tough, but I don't think it's unwinnable if Daniel Jones plays. And the Cowboys last week of the season. Giants need to win both. They need help from Washington right now. And I think they might get it. Because without Alex Smith, this Washington team is not very good. With a good enough quarterback, the defense can do some things, and they can win, but they can lose to the Panthers or anyone, really, with Haskins in at quarterback or with someone other at this point than Alex Smith at quarterback. And then the Eagles, it looks like they just have an easy schedule. But what happened when Jalen Hurts started, right? Jalen Hurts has started, and since then, actually, the Eagles are good. Actually, Doug Peterson can actually coach his butt off, apparently, right? It's just that Carson Wentz and circumstance really was making it look like he couldn't. Because with anyone else, Peterson seems to have a good deal of success. Even a 40-year-old Josh McCown did well enough in the playoff game with Peterson, and he was on one good leg and 40 years old and never in the playoffs and all that stuff. I'm going to say the Giants, our football Giants, will pull it off, Molly. They own the tiebreaker against Washington. They'll finish with the same record, and they're going to the playoffs.
All right, Denny Dunn, get healthy. What do you think, Lewis?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Washington. And I'm gonna tell you why. As bad as this may look for them, especially with that soundbite right there with Dwayne. Look, I'm just gonna start off by saying this. I could not be more disappointed in what this young man has caused for himself and the choices he has made. I could not be more disappointed because of all the different things that he knew he had to prove this year. You get voted a captain, you win the starting job, you lose the starting job. You sit on the bench, you watch a guy like Alex Smith, who's the consummate professional, and you still, at this point in time, in the middle of a pandemic, as a captain, as someone who was benched, as someone who's facing a lot of scrutiny, a lot of extra scrutiny as a black quarterback, that so many other players before you and right now alongside of you as black quarterbacks are working their rear end off to elevate and kind of dispel a lot of the perception surrounding black quarterbacks, you make the choice that you made. That's just ridiculously annoying to me. That being said, going into this week against Carolina, what they need Antonio Gibson to be healthy. They need Alex Smith to get back. I don't know if Alex Smith gets back this week. I see that he had limited participation in practice, just like Antonio Gibson. This needs to be a run-centric game plan, and then they need to lean on this defense, which is absolutely lights out, and a defense that could just terrorize Carolina. That's what they're going to have to be, a run-centric team. Lean on this defense, they win this game. Then they have a showdown with Philadelphia, where, again, those 4 first-rounders up front on defense have to set the tone. They have to play great situational defense against Jalen Hurts and this revitalized Philadelphia Eagles team, third down in red zone, which they're one of the very best in the NFL. And they'll win the game. They need Alex Smith back. They need to be a run-centric team, take the air out of the football, and play one of those ugly-type games. And they win the division. And I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. Lewis. I don't think that's far-fetched. And in a season where the NFC East has just been down, to say the least, I think they have a clear pathway to go ahead and winning it.
Louis, I only interrupt because we don't have a lot of time, and I want to get into the point you made about Haskins. As a black man, I would not question, especially one who's played in the NFL, now has been an executive, should be a GM. Wish you were the GM of the Giants. I wish that choice was made originally, and they're now on television. You know how hard it's been in a way that someone who hasn't been in your position doesn't. And I feel your pain when you say as a black quarterback and the stereotypes, et cetera. In Haskins' case, actually, though, first of all, I think we're past black quarterbacks and the responsibility that comes with being specifically a black quarterback, because now there are lots and lots of black quarterbacks. And even the stereotype, right? The stereotype was the black quarterbacks are mobile and the white quarterbacks are not. In fact, Haskins went later than Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones was mobile. Haskins was more like an old school quarterback. Good, strong arm, not the biggest arm, but good, strong arm. 1-year starter in college, made real improvement, pocket passer, looked like an old school pro type guy. Those guys take 2 or 3 years to become good players, you know? Those guys don't hit the ground running literally and figuratively. That's Dwayne Haskins. I haven't given up. In terms of his bad decision that he made, you know what? This is that stereotype. He's young and stupid because young people are stupid. Like I was stupid when I was that age. Most young people are, not all of them, but most of them. When you're a franchise quarterback, you're not supposed to be as dumb as the rest of us. But he was, and I wouldn't say that's a disqualifying kind of end of the world. I'm so disappointed they made a mistake. I would give Haskins time. I think he's shown enough in college and so far in his pro career, given the style of player he is, that I would give him time. So far, he's a first-round bust, but I don't know that the story's going to end that way.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to say this real quick, and I know we need to go. I'm not giving up. Trust me, I'm not giving up on the young man. I think he has loads of talent, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm very disappointed, and he's got a long road to come back now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a different deal. It's not just about the partying, obviously. It's about putting other people at risk, especially at this point in the season, guys, when they have a lot on the line. When we come back here on First Take, we got more football to get into and some NBA.